Today we are reviewing Thunderbolts asterisk, the latest Marvel Cinematic Universe release, and one that was on our most anticipated films of the year, both of our lists. So this one, I don't know what you thought going into it, but I felt like there was a good bit of pressure on this film as one of the first big team up movies post Endgame. And it's like if this doesn't work, we're really close to some Avengers films, and I don't know what we're gonna do if these characters aren't working together.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that may be more of a personal thought because I think the weight is on the Fantastic Four. I think that's where the weight is of, oh, we're ready or we're not ready. But this one definitely would help or hurt that as well. But I think because they're somewhat close to releasing it, a couple months
Yeah,
apart, I think that maybe took a little pressure off this one potentially, but maybe not.
that's true. That's true.
Maybe not. Maybe I'm totally wrong. Let us know in the comments below if you think that the pressure was on this one. Well, I'm now I'm giving him a. Pepper didn't have that option of which one he thought it would be on more. But do you think there was some pressure on this one to be good? I guess.
Yes, yes. What do you think? Yeah, oh my goodness. Yeah, when I added this here, I'm like, wow, that is a lot of genres. We got action, adventure, crime, drama, fantasy, sci-fi. Did they balance it well? How we do our reviews here? Most people, they like to keep you hanging a whole video. We just like to keep you hanging through a very extended intro, and then we give our overall ratings right at the start. So, starting this off, I really had a great time with this movie. It did not disappoint in the least. So, I think I'm walking away that first rating of a 9 out of 10 for Thunderbolts from the old Pep.
Wow, that is quite a score, Pepper. And yeah, I'm actually going to give this one, it might surprise you a little bit. I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10.
Ooh.
I did actually like this one quite a bit. And I wasn't sure going into it, was on my anticipated list, probably because in some weird way, I was also not anticipating it, or I was not like hyping it up because I really have little to no attachment to almost any of the characters, so I thought that might actually help it in a weird
Okay.
way. Just because it's like, okay, I maybe know a little bit about these characters. Spoiler: I most of or a number of these are involved in the Black Widow movie, and I fell asleep during that one and have never gotten back to it. So let me know in the comments below if I should go back and watch it. Pepper saying or telling me it's an all-time great movie. So yeah, let me know if I've got to get back to that one. And maybe
Yeah.
after watching this, we'll see. I might have to.
You might have to. And then after that, we are going to go through three categories: the good, the meh, the middle, the mixed, and then the bad of the film. And starting off with the good,
There might be some minor
yep,
spoilers, so if you don't
yep,
want any spoilers,
get
stop
out of
watching
here.
now. That's why we gave our ratings.
Drop a like, and get out of here. Go watch the movie and then come back and subscribe.
And let us know if we're right.
So on to the good. So first here, the villain. I thought the villain, I guess we can probably name the villain of Sentry, I think is the name of the villain. And I thought that that was maybe the best into the character of a villain that we've gotten. I mean, Thanos was really good, but I don't know if we really got into his head as much as we got with this one and actually got to care and sympathize with the villain. So I think the villain was like one of the top parts of this already 9 out of 10 movie.
Yeah, I agree. I thought the villain was good. There was actually another person I would have actually called the villain in this movie, but
And that would
I
be
guess we'll
dropped a
go with
little
that.
farther down.
Well, no, I mean, I as a villain, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, especially in terms of MCU, because I think we've had a lot of stinker villains. So I think either one, whichever one you're counting as the main villain in this one, I think both of them would still be pretty close to top tier for me. I think,
Yeah. Yeah.
just because of if I'm comparing them.
That's true. That's true. Then we go on to, I guess, yeah, the emotions, and kind of characters that's tied with the characters here and tied with the villain. It's probably one of the more um, in introspective, kind of emotional Marvel movies. Usually they're pretty lighthearted. There is comedy here, and we'll get to that. But I thought that it hit pretty hard, this one. I'm like, wow, I haven't been this upset since Spider-Man No Way Home when that one character died. I'm like, I was tearing up a few times in this film, and I was like, this is really something special that I wasn't really expecting. Especially like you said, like we aren't like super invested in these characters at this point. I certainly went in caring for them a lot more than you did. But this one, I think, really established a few of them as uh, moving up the tiers for me, just with those emotions diving into the characters.
Yeah, for me, I thought it was a little bit more mixed. There were some moments, and there was some heavier moments, which was definitely good. I feel like there's been we've been lacking that quite a bit, I think, in the MCU. So it was good. I think it was a good amount, but I could have even done with a little bit more, a few more, maybe even more drastic things. Just bring
Yeah,
it even to that next level.
yeah,
For me personally, that's just probably personal taste.
yeah. 'Cause I'm like, if
But yeah,
they didn't have that, oh, this would have dropped quite a bit. I think the
yeah.
overall rating.
I think so. And that's where I let you get away with comedy on the good because I think it's unfortunately too because of other recent MCU films just way too much comedy use. Even though I love the comedy, I'm part of the problem because I love Thor Ragnarok and I think that was really the start of the
Yeah,
audience wants heavy humor in these films. That is not quite what we wanted.
yeah,
Uh, and this one there are times where I think one character does a
yeah,
little bit too much comic relief for me, just because I guess I wanted this movie to be even probably darker. Um,
yeah,
but I don't think they did any crazy levels of comedy where I'm like,
yeah,
that just totally. I don't think they did anything where it destroyed a character or made
yeah. I
him
don't. Yeah.
seem dumb or something.
Yeah, I don't think
So
they like undercut
appreciate that.
like a big, deep emotional moment in a way that's unrealistic. Like sometimes they will kind of do things like that, but it's like it seems fitting for the characters. And with which you can probably guess which character it is being the main source. I've really loved it. Like he said, I really like the Black Widow movie, and I like the characters from it and the dynamics between them, and even all the extra ones. I think was really good.
Mhm.
And then the universe build, I think they're building it pretty good. Probably just because they brought a few different movies, a few different series together here, and kind of have a new kind of Nick Fury-ish type of person involved in Julia Louis-Dreyfus. We're at least feeling like we're heading towards something at this movie, and you may not like all the pieces to that puzzle, but at least it's a puzzle and not just random pieces.
Oh, there was something about her that I whispered to Mac partway through the movie, and I did exactly what I was like, no! But yes, there is that feeling of we're building something here. Feels like the start of something, even though I guess it's technically the end of Phase 5 of the MCU.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's true.
but it very much feels more like a beginning to something.
For sure. For sure. And then the unique third act. A lot of the third acts in the movies, they're just like, oh, let's go big, let's go to space and laser battles, and everyone's got the same powers and this and that. And this one went a very different direction, a little more artistic type of direction. And I kind of heard murmurings about that. I'm like, okay, so lower the expectations a little bit and be ready for possibly a little bit of a letdown. But I thought it really worked for me. And it does kind of tie into that emotional part of the film as well, and just what the whole story is about and what you're tackling. I thought it worked. And it is something that's going to stand out from most other films in the series.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with you.
And on to the mixed. Some characters. So some characters great, some characters not so great. And I know you probably dislike them even more than I do. So you can take it.
Yeah. So I don't know that I like hate any of the characters. It's just more I guess when I was going into it because well, everyone I think in the MCU has this troubled past and since these are like technically the bad guys of the universe kind of coming together and stuff, it's like I feel like you got to do something to make theirs even like more you got to step it to the next level of like realizing maybe bad things that they've maybe done and stuff more even more so than like the Captain Americas of the world where you're just a good boy and you done all the good stuff uh, but still kind of had a I don't know a bit of a backstory that got you to where you were. I feel like these could have explored that even further and it just didn't quite get there for me for some of them. It's just like I could be on the verge of really being invested in these characters, which is crazy to think about when you when I look at what the characters are, and then it's like yeah, they just for me just needed that one extra push yet.
Yeah, just throw in
But
an extra hour of character development.
there we go. I would love it.
Yeah, yeah, that could be good. It was not spread evenly, the development and the focus for sure in the film.
Yeah,
Um,
I would agree because yeah,
and
there's one character where there was something in the trailer, and that was like literally the only thing because I
yeah,
thought, oh, they're really going to explore this, and yeah, this is a character I'm really excited about with things that they've done, and then they didn't really go that far into it. It's
it's
like,
like they're right there. Just shine a light
disappointing.
on them, please. I want to see it.
Yeah,
And then next year, not ready for Doomsday. There's a mystery film that could be between Doomsday, so maybe two films between now and Doomsday. Does it feel like we are ready and we're built up for that big Avengers showdown?
no, no, it does not. That's like I said, this feels like the beginning of something, and we're getting going, and getting some good traction finally after many movies of like just feeling like almost like solo movies, not feeling like anything's connected, not really building to anything necessarily. Well, I mean, there's sort of a build to something, and then that's gone. But so it kind of probably hurts that. But yeah, this finally feels like we're getting our wheels back on the tracks. But it's like, oh boy, are we ready in a year with 1 to 2 films between this? I don't think so.
Yeah.
It does not feel like that to me. But yeah, I feel like this could have, yeah, definitely been the start of maybe having another 4 or 5 films between.
Yeah, for sure.
But
For sure.
yeah,
Boy, and then last year, the death. There,
big spoils.
there is a death in this, and I think the character was done pretty dirty in the film. And it's like, why did you even have this character there in the first place? That's enough said for that. Big negative.
Yeah, and I did not love it, even though I didn't really have a connection to this character. I was just like, in my head, I just thought like, wow, is this just some paper thin side character that means nothing? But it's like, yeah, main character, crazy. Crazy. I would have probably done it later in the film at some point, and yeah. And
Yeah.
their reactions to it also make me question so many things. But I
Yes.
guess it is what it is.
It
Uh,
is what it is. But that was our review for Thunderbolts. Pretty good. Marvel is back. Go see this movie in theaters. But otherwise, thank you for watching. Leave your comments below.
and as always, don't forget to keep on nibbling on that movie theater popcorn.